Hey everyone, good day, good morning, good afternoon. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another day and a new week and new opportunities. Thank you so much for all of your blessings and all of your provisions for my friends and my family. Thank you for your grace and your mercy, your goodness and your kindness to us. And I ask that you would grant us wisdom and discernment and discipline as we go into the markets and execute today. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua, amen. Good morning, Vin. Hey, Larry. Good to have you both. Well, guys, I lost a boatload on Friday. That session was not my type of, not my cup of tea. So I gotta check my starting balance here. My starting balance is, oh, here, let me just pull up my, no, let's do the news first. Let's go over to the news. Internet. Okay, so right now we have FOMC member Waller speaks, and I don't know what he's talking due to participate in a moderated discussion titled Economic Outlook and Monetary Policy at the National Association for Business Economics Economic Policy Conference in Washington. So I don't know if anything's going to come out of that or not, but I guess we should be aware that he's speaking because this is a prime time for participants to come in and make moves. So, and then later, 12:30 p.m., we've got ECB President Lagarde. Something to consider as well. And over to MT5. So yes, the starting balance 97.86.62 this morning. I lost a bunch on Friday. Unfortunately, I feel terrible about it. But occasionally a day happens like that in the year. It's not too many days out of the year that happens. You can just pull up the 5-minute chart. This was during our session, and we had Trump. I think I have to use the 15-minute chart to look at that session a little bit better. Okay, maybe this is going to have to do. So obviously a bunch of trading, and Trump, I can't even remember exactly what he said at the time. It was last week, but anyway, there was some decision made, and then sent the market into a bit of mayhem. And so we had some big swings that were really abnormal. So we had like, I remember we had like 30 pips up, no, like 40 pips up, 30 pips down, then 50 pips up, and then 40 pips down, and then we had 35 pips back up, and so I lost multiple times on those swings, and yeah, that day just ate me up for uh, my balance. Took up a big chunk of that, so kind of annoying, but it's an odd day out of the year, so just have to take it and move on and do the things that make money on a normal basis. The positive note is I didn't trade my other account, my can I pull up my Alveo, my apiary account? I didn't trade that one, and so I'm actually I'm positive in that account, and I made a little bit of money last night in there too. What's going on? Oh yeah, it's so annoying. I gotta remove this. Good thing is my Alveo account is positive and it's working. So that's something I'm happy about. It's been a long time getting this thing going for me. So I managed to finish off last week positive and finished off the month positive on here. Wow, this is 9 pips. This is good volatility today. Nice. That man, that's a huge run back down. So last night I was long and I grabbed a bunch of longs through here, and then I made profits on everything on that leg up. But I'm gonna move to the short side now after this huge run down. What is that? 60 pips down, almost 60 pips. So I'm actually just gonna short that right there, and then gonna move back over to MT5. Oops. How are you guys doing today? How'd you make out last week? Friday just crushed me, but this week we'll make it back. Okay, short that right there. It's a good place to start shorting. So we had this, come on now, this now 58 pip move down all through that London session. Would have been probably some good shorting opportunities in there throughout that session. And I'm just going to hop on that now because there's so much pressure coming back. I think we had some little bit of news in Mexico last night, and I think that's what made the market just run on it just tore up right at the market open. I think it was that Mexico news, some cartel violence and stuff going on over there, and I know the U.S. was involved, and so I think that brought some weakness into the dollar for temporarily, and then just shifted and had the dollar strength come back through here. Is my audio okay, guys? Just double checking. Looks like it's good on my end. All right, let's go down. Oh, let's go look at the daily chart. The daily, and remove all the trade history. All right. So still kind of just playing with this level, this 1.178, 0.77 level. We weren't able to break up and continue up so far still. From that leg a few weeks ago, we've just kind of faded back, and it seems far more likely that we're pressing back to try and get back into this consolidation range as this pressure continues to come in. So I'm starting to shift my bias with that and be a little bit more to the short side than I was the past couple weeks, where I was a little bit more to the long side. We'll still find options on both sides for sure, but I think I'm going to be leaning a little bit more heavily to the short side and just stay with that pressure. I fought that pressure quite a bit and still made money to the long side for the most part through these weeks. But we really are just wedging and pressing down right now. So we could see, we could see this break up for sure. But if it does decide to break down, I think it could still break down pretty aggressively. So I think that's that. And then now we've got a good range, and it looks like lots of decent volatility in here. Yeah, 7, 8 pips of movement through here, so that's really good. I don't know if that's because there's a speaker saying anything, but we'll be aware of that. We're just gonna get rid of all these chart objects. And put some new lines in. Should see some resistance coming in here. It's 875. Probably somewhere in here. Right in this spot. And then over here. And over here. Oops. So lots of overhead resistance spots. To play the short side. Should be lots of opportunities. Thanks, Vin. Audio is good. Okay, just getting ready to add into another short right about in here. And then add one more at the top of this line. Okay, right there. And so that's it for that layer. I'll have to wait for it to run all the way up to the next line to start adding more position size. Okay, it's trying to break up past this high right now. So, and we've got a 1 minute bar holding above. So that's a pretty good indication that we'll go up to this next level. And we'll add 2 or 3 shorts up here. Okay, just getting finger on the trigger, ready to short. There's one right here. One more push up, I can get into another one. Right there. If I can get one more push, I'll get one more in. And these targets are coming in just above this high, which is a good spot. Really high probability of landing those targets. So one more right in there. Okay, that's it for that layer. And these are in a good spot. We go up to the next level. We'll get probably 3 or 4 trades in up at the next level to short it. And we'll start taking losses on all those bottom trades if we get up there. Right now we're just 2 layers deep, and so if we come hit this layer, we'll see if we can break back down below this line. And if it's stalling there, we'll probably just take one loss off for now, and then we'll re-enter as it bounces back up. But if it comes all the way back down, we could maybe just hit those targets too. So we'll just see what happens as that market comes back. Did you guys have a good weekend? Okay, just starting to come down into hitting that layer. Nice. So I'm just going to take off that bottom trade for a loss and then let the others just sit. If it pops back up, we'll add another short back into there. Actually, I'm going to go and play the long side in here too. I'm going to add one in here because that's now a pretty strong run back up. If this just comes straight back down, it'll bring lots of opportunities to buy into this old level of support. So I'm happy to just play both sides for the moment. As that market pushes back up, I'm going to start to short it. Just trying to make a 3-bar reversal, possibly. Church was great, preaching on John 3:16. Cool. Okay, market is trying to make its turn back to the upside again. This is our nadir candle right here. So if we can break that high, then we've got a turn in the market. The previous candle just barely broke it. This candle is looking like it's going to probably hold above that candle and become a turn. Just missed that target. Oh man. All right, so I'm going to try again. The next opportunity, I'm going to try and get some shorts up at the top of these candles. And it is, okay, here we go. I'm going to add a short right there. And there's profit on the buy. So I'm going to add a short. And I'll get another couple shorts in. As it comes back up to the top, I'll get another couple in there if it gets up there. It's having a hard time pushing up beyond these candles. See, these wicks have come in. 1, 2, 3. It's been smashed back down. So I can add one here. The bears are definitely in this market with these wicks coming in on top. Okay, and I'm going to add another short right there. I'm going to add one more at the top right up here. Perfect. I'm going to add one right there. Okay, so now if this market pushes all the way up to here, I'll get into another 3 or 4 trades up there, and then we'll have to take some losses on these bottom ones. But if this market can turn around, then hopefully we can hit this stack. Uh-oh, seems like it's frozen. Is it lagging for you guys? Or is it just my chart that's frozen? Oh, there we go. I think the chart did freeze for a sec there. Okay, coming into that next level. Getting ready to short it again. We'll get 3 on this level. 1. And I want those targets to come in just above that high. Above that one. Okay, so 2 and 3 right there. And then hold. And now that leg is... Now that's a 9 pip leg. So on the 1 minute chart, 9 pips is off in the end of a 1 minute price cycle. So it's not a great time to buy because you're at the end of a 1 minute price cycle. So this is a good place to short. We're at an overhead resistance. We've run up 9 pips from there. We've also run up quite a bit from the bottom now. We're actually have pulled back quite a bit. About 20, 21 pips. So this is a good place to find some bears to come back in. Anywhere in this range is a good area. Okay, if we can get all the way up to this next line, we'll get into 4 trades up there. And then if we keep going all the way up, we'll get into 8 trades up at this level. And then if it kept shooting up, I'd be looking to add a layer of 16 trades somewhere up in here before my stop losses, and then that would just be it. As soon as that first stop loss gets hit, that entire trade setup has to close. So that's the plan. There's a plan in place. The biggest size in my position ends up here. So everything is still good, and everything is planned out. I'm gonna just shimmy this one little trade up here just a little, take a little bit less profit to get higher probability. I just want that to be just a little bit higher than that pivot there. Just a small adjustment. Oh, I'm just seeing now. I'm lagging. Does it still seem like I'm lagging? Like my chart isn't lagging now. I'm gonna just do a quick internet speed test and have a look. Let's see what I'm at. I'm actually, oh, I gotta close some stuff too. Let me get rid of some stuff. $50 megabits per second on download. Yeah, my internet speed's all seems to be all good. So I know that the chart was lagging there for a sec, but I think it was just the chart. My internet speed's fine. That candle would have been a pretty good area to short again. It's not quite at the level that I drew in, but we can see those bears are starting to come in this level. So more pushes up. I'm going to start fading into those 4 trades. I'll scatter those 4 trades in this zone. Okay, if it presses back up, pushes back up, I'm going to start adding a short. Okay, it looks like it's getting ready to pop up. So I'm just going to be getting ready to short if it pops up. Okay, it's just getting ready. My fingers on the trigger. Oh yeah, that line is also right at the 1.18. So that's a really good spot for a bounce right in here. So I may get in a little bit heavier. I said 4 trades, maybe I'll get up to 4 or 5 trades in here because it's a really good spot for a bounce. Oh, not yet. Trying to make that turn. At the moment, this is our apex candle right in here. And so if we can hold a close below that, then we get a turn on the 1-minute chart, which it's trying to do right now. Okay, so we have a 1-minute bar closing below the apex candle. So we've got an official turn on the 1-minute chart. Right in here, once we closed below there, and we closed below that red line, we've got an official turn, confirmation of a turn. And if it can pop back up again, I'm still going to get ready to add those shorts. It just I just stopped a little earlier than I expected, so we didn't really get a layer in here yet. Okay, so now it's going to try and pop back up. I want to save a good stack for on this line because it's a really high probability spot. So I'm going to use that as a spot to make some profit so I can get rid of a couple of these losses down here if it's going to run up higher. If it starts to turn over, we'll just deal with these as it goes. But if it runs up more, I want to be sure to get rid of the losses down here so I'm not hanging on to them. Got to have that sense of making sure you're not carrying losses too far. I ended up doing that on Friday. I had a layer that I didn't get rid of, and that caused me a bit of a bigger loss than needed to be. I think I still didn't take over a 2% loss. Like I didn't break my rules on Friday on my losses. I just ended up taking more losses than I wanted to. But we don't want to carry this bottom stack if we can get rid of it through some volatility. So the goal is to, if we get some consolidation in here, we want to make some profits and get rid of that bottom stack so that we're not carrying it further up. Oh, pardon me just for a second. All right. Okay, so it's starting to lean back up into these highs again, which means it's probably going to go and get to this 1.18 level. Seems like those bulls have come in pretty strong. Okay, I'm going to just slowly fade into one right here. See where that, yeah, that's a good target. That target's in a good spot there. As it keeps coming up, I'll fade into a few more. Probably going to get into 5 on this one. Got one trade here, and then on 2, 3, 4, and 5 up in this range. Oh, and we got some flickering coming in on this candle. 8:45. Just checking to see. It seems like we didn't really get any up and down from somebody talking, unless something's happening now. Okay, just took a little profit on that one trade. Hey Vin, did you get to make some trades with the new broker? Like, is things going well with that new broker that you got? Oh, you still need to fund that account. Okay, if it can push back up to these tops, I'll just start fading back into some more shorts. And hopefully we'll just be in the right place at the right time to make some decent gains back in the account. Just be patient and wait, and the good opportunities will present themselves in time. Just got to be patient. Could be some today, could be tonight or tomorrow, but there'll be some good opportunities. Okay, market is trying to just make that turn now, just grabbing some profits as we round over. This should be a turn on the 5-minute chart, I think. Yeah, right in here. So I guess this could be our high on the 5-minute chart. And so as we're breaking that and holding below these levels, that becomes the turn on the 5-minute chart. So we've got, oh, that's just a new candle. So there's still 4 more minutes before that candle closes, but we'll see how that happens over the next few minutes. As that pops back up, I'm going to just, if it pops up again, I'm going to fade into it a little bit again, just add a bit more of the short position back in. Because as this rolls over, that 60 pip down leg should start to gain momentum again. So I'm just going to add one right in here. And that target comes in on that hot, or on this pivot. And then as it pops back up, I'll get into 4 to 5 shorts. Okay. Got hammered down pretty quick on that short and took profit there. So it's a pretty good sign that this is going to round over and continue back down. Getting ready, if it pops back up, we'll short it again. Okay, so I'm just going to pull back up to the 5 minute and look at this from a bigger angle. We've got that 60 pip run to the downside. We've got a pullback now, and that pullback is starting to round back over. So all these targets are in a really good position, really high probability spot. So we'll just let those sit and see if we can hit that stack. If we can start to hit that stack, I might just peel off. There's just 2 trades sitting down there. We'll just see how we get there as to what we do with those trades. We might take some off as we hit that stack. Or if we've got energy behind it, maybe we can just let them sit and hit. But we'll just see how we get there. My rule is on my second layer. I don't necessarily have to take the losses, but sometimes it works better. Like on that first iteration, it was good that I got rid of one of the trades because there was 3 in that layer. And so it was good to get rid of it on that first opportunity. So they were carrying less risk as it ran up. Okay, it's still trying to round over. It's just taking its time. Okay, I'm going to short that pop up. And then if it pops back up into this range, I'm still going to get into 4 or 5 trades up there. I'm keeping that in the back of my mind, so I'm not surprised if it does pop up. I already have a game plan. Okay, I'm just going to get into one here, one more short. Okay, just trying to come back down and see if we can hit some more profits on this little layer. Making a turn on the 1 minute chart again. And can't quite make the turn there. Okay, you're gonna short that. 1. Two. Just gonna slowly add in this zone. I'll get another 3 if it pushes a little bit higher. Okay, add another one. I only want to add them on the pushes up so I can get the best positioning I can to find this consolidation. Unless it just keeps running up, and I'll have to be slow and then find that next layer above. Okay, just gonna add a little bit more here on the push up. And I've got 2 left, two positions left to scatter in this as it continues up. Okay, taking some profits. Okay, we're into the new hour. See if that starts to bring a little bit more volatility in. It's still been pretty slow to start. But we are trying to round this corner now, see if we can make some more profits on this one. And now if I can get some profits out of this stack, I'm going to take another loss on the bottom trade, just in case it decides to keep running up after this. Just taking a little bit of profit. We're almost got that total stack off. Not quite yet. Okay, and if it pops back up, I'll just still get ready to add some more shorts back into it. Okay, I'm going to start fading back in. Here's one more trade I'm adding in. I've got 3 more again to add in up here. So as it pushes up, I'll get into 3 more. Oh, I didn't realize my video. Sorry, my video wasn't on. Okay, just taking one of those profits. Gonna get ready to add back into that short. It pops up again. Gonna add one right there. Just gonna look at the 5-minute chart here for a second. Move this out of the way. Looks like we're gonna make a new apex candle on the 5-minute chart at some point over here. Just want to measure and see this run up. Almost 24 pips now. 25 pips, 24, 25 pips. That's a pretty solid pullback in this 60 pip run. Okay, just gonna wait for it to push up a little bit more. I'll get back into 3 more shorts if it pushes up. Okay, oh, just trying to add one there. Two and 3. So now that layer is finished. I can't add any more. And let's see if we get a bounce right on this 1.18000 mark. That's a good spot for a bounce. So there's a high probability we'll get some profits on that top stack. Okay, it looks like we now have a new apex candle coming in right here, right on this one. So as we hold below that, then we've got the confirmed turn, and that's just starting to take profits on that stack. It's good. Gonna just take a loss on the downside off that bottom, because I don't want to carry it if it's going to keep going back up. Okay, so now we've got an official turn again on the 1 minute chart. So if it pops back up, I'm going to short it again. And then see if we get a bigger short leg coming into the market. So I'm going to short here, one. I'll get into another four, scatter into another 4 or 5 up into these highs again if it pops back up there. We'll add another one here, 2, 3. Oops. So now it's good that we took that loss on that bottom trade, because we are heading back up again. So it's good to get rid of that so you're not carrying it as you're running back up. And we've just got one last little trade on the bottom. So on the next stack down, we should be able to remove that one and then completely have removed that bottom stack, which is good. That's good risk management. Okay, just gonna add a little bit more here. As it pushes back up. Okay, add another one. Just hold there. Add one more up here. And then that's it for this stack. See if it breaks up higher. Or if we get a bounce off of this 1.18 level again. So it's going to try make another break higher. 15 minutes to the stock market open. Okay, it's trying to make another break higher. So I'm going to add a layer of 8 trades up when we get to this mark. 873 probably. We can start fading into them a little bit before that too. Probably the 805 in here. Yeah, so in this zone, we'll scatter 8 trades. And then we're definitely going to have to get rid of these bottom ones. As it comes down, we'll get rid of those trades. But we're going to use those 8 trades to offset the losses on the downside. So now our apex candle is going to have to move again. So we're currently running at about a 0.5% risk right now, minus $48. So I've got another 1.5% before I end up either hitting my stop loss or my 2% rule comes in. So we're still pretty good shape. Even though the market's just been pulling, going against us, there's still done pretty good to manage the risk. Eventually we'll find a good leg that will come in and we'll make some profit. But just don't know where and when that is. Okay, so starting to make a strong turn in here. We've got a new apex candle right on this one. So we've got a 1-minute candle that's closed strongly below that one. So we have an official turn on the 1-minute chart. Didn't get to place any trades up there, unfortunately. But it looks like we've got a favorable turn coming into the market. All right, starting to take a little profit on that. And we've got this is turning into a really good reversal. 9:21. So we've got 9 more minutes till the stock market open. it's been relatively slow start for today. That range in here kind of got me thinking we're going to have a good up and down market. It's been okay, but it's still relatively slow. We've had a pretty flat spot through this range. Not much movement through there. But this is a good leg coming into the market. See how much movement we've got there. So that was a 8, almost 9 pip move back up. So that's another average price cycle on the 1-minute chart. 8 to 9 pips on that one. And if we can pop back up to that 1.18 level, I'll add another probably 3 trades again back into that level. And then I'm just gonna have a look and see ahead of schedule what we have for the week. So we're ready for that as well, to line ourselves up with the volatility. So today is not too much going on. Tuesday, monetary policy report hearings tomorrow morning, which could bring some, and then CB consumer confidence tomorrow, Richmond manufacturing index tomorrow. And then we got CPI on the Aussie in my evening, later in the day. And then Wednesday, oh, it's nothing much on Wednesday. Thursday, unemployment claims on Thursday morning. And President Lagarde speaks during the London Open on Thursday. So next couple of days is not really a whole lot going on. And then Friday, we've got core PPI. And yeah, so Friday morning should also be good. Hopefully we don't get a freaky Friday like we did last Friday. I mean, for me, that's not good, but maybe for some people, it's what they want. But yeah, not a very news heavy week. Okay, so that pops back up. I'm going to get ready to add back into the shorts. Just add one here. And that target comes in a pretty good spot, so anything back above this will be good to short again. Okay, got a wick on top. Good signal to bring this back down now. And there's the profit on that one. Okay, I'm just going to add back in to here. Okay, we've got the market open now. So hopefully volatility steps up a little bit. 2, we're going to add one more, and 3. Okay. And let's just look at the shape of this on the 5 minute. Just, I don't really know what to make of it other than we've got a decent range for consolidation, that's good. Hopefully we can make some money in here before it just takes off and goes up. That would not be so fun. But I think we're in pretty good shape to just be able to turn this range into some money making through here. Now that we've got that market open, hopefully there'll be some more participants and hopefully make a little bit more through here. Okay, taking a little bit of profit on that layer. I feel like that was another really slow section. Let's see if we get people coming into the market now. Okay, I'm going to add back into that as that pops back up. Starting to create, if we can close below this, we've now creating another turn on the 1 minute chart. See how this closes. And it's technically closed below, so now we've got a new apex candle right in here. And I'm going to add back into that just a little. Oh, I didn't get a good fill on that trade. Larry, if you're there still with us, did your how's your Alveo doing? Is it operating good today? Did it hold together on Friday? Because I think yours was having trouble on Friday too, wasn't it? All right, taking some more profit on that stack. And now just trying to see if we can break this red line. That's yeah, that support line. See if we can break that. If we do, then these targets become pretty high probability. But right now we're still kind of just fighting this little upward grinding trend through here. But that's okay. There's probably lots of opportunities to make some money if it pops up and or down from here. It's been pretty slow for the first hour and a half, so maybe we'll see. Okay, we're going to short right in here. I'm going to add that on the other platform. Okay, if it pops up, we'll short it again. Oh, good, your alveo's working. Mine seems to be finally working smoothly. Just wondering, does yours have like about a 10-second lag on the entry? Like when I enter into a trade, it takes about 10 seconds for it to fill the order. Okay, we just took some profit on that little stack. Just want to see what this 5-minute chart looks like. Just gonna, if it pops back up, I'm gonna short it again. This is starting to round over, so we should see a down leg come into the market. On the 5-minute chart, it's rounding over, so. But yes, yours has the lag or that delay too. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was just mine or if other people have that also. It is feels really slow to get those trades in. But I guess that's kind of a form of risk management on their side. Okay, I'm gonna add another short right here. Oh, another bad fill. On the pop-up, I'm gonna add back into that layer. Gotta keep the finger on the trigger. Okay, I'm just gonna add one more there, one there. See if I can just fade into another decent little stack. Okay, now we've got some good targets all right in here. So they're good high probability targets. I'm gonna go just one or two more if it pops up. Okay, just bouncing off those targets again. If I can get a good chunk of profits, add one more and one more there. Okay. Now, if I can get that stack, I'll remove another one of those bottom trades and just get that out of the way. and that full layer will be completely gone. I'm starting to think with the way this is shaping up, I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's starting to look like maybe we'll get a head and shoulders. So a shoulder over there and potentially a shoulder here with the head over here. And if that's the case, that could be a really good signal to hold some shorts. So I'm going to just hold one. I'm going to take one profit target off and hold one there for the moment. We'll just hold one for the moment in anticipation of that shape, that pattern starting to show up. And then if it does trigger and start to show up, then I'll probably start getting into it a little bit more heavily to try and just gain a little bit more profits with the higher probability setup. So if we do get that trigger, this pattern doesn't really shape up and trigger until we get below that red support line. Then once that triggers and holds below, then that pattern becomes a really high probability short. And then we can wait for some pullbacks and short along for the next little ways down. So that's just what I'm looking to do over the next little, I don't know, half an hour, maybe hour. 9:44, we got 15 minutes to the next hour. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, that pattern may not show up though. It's not happened yet, so. But if it does show up, that'll be really good. Okay, just starting to gather up some profits now. And that pattern is starting to shape up. So that's really good. So I'm going to just add another short right in here. Add a couple right in here as this pattern starts to develop. Okay. And guys, this week I'm going to be, my wife and I are doing, I'm sharing with you guys. We're doing a little cleanse again. So I've got these drinks that we make. These are cayenne pepper, lemon juice, and maple syrup drinks with water. And so we'll be drinking these all week. So I'll probably just have to pop in and out as I consume these. During the week, we'll take these every hour for like 6 to 8 hours during the day, and then that helps to like flush and clean your system right out. And it really does, and we've done it before, and it's a really good cleanse. So I'm just gonna start doing that now. So I will be back with you guys in just a minute. Okay, so pop me up again. Just add some more shorts back into that, and that's the level I wanted to get into 8 trades. So I'm going to be slowly adding into those 8 trades. And if I can get that layer to fully hit, I can take some losses off the bottom side as well. Nice. Okay, profits hit there. I'm going to take the loss off the bottom. Now that layer is completely gone. Okay. So that's a good trade and good risk management. And as it pops back up, I'm going to add back into it that same layer, or that same level if it pops back up. Okay, just add, slowly fade into that again. Just 2 trades. Okay, just add back into that. Gotta be careful. This time it might run up again, so I don't want to go into the same size of that 8 position layer trade. I'm going to just stick with 4 this time. So 1 more here, and then just wait in case it decides it's going to run higher, because now it might start to run higher again. Okay, I do want to fade back into some more trades at this level as it pops up. So I'll split that deck from the 4 that was 8 position. I'm going to put another 4 on this line to spread it out a little, but still get some up here so I can take some profits and some losses if it comes back. So I'm going to add right in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're just a few minutes to the top of the hour, or the new hour. And then so there's a good chance we'll see a reversal at that time as well. I'm going to be annoyed if it just keeps running up, though. Man. See what happens over the next few minutes. Okay, taking a little bit of profits on that top layer. Okay, almost at the top of the hour. See if we get that reversal. Or if we're going to get a continuation up. Just going to pull up that 5-minute chart. So that head and shoulders definitely did not come in. Now we're going to see if this is going to turn into the apex candle. I'm not going to put a pivot there right now because it's not a pivot. So this is the 15-minute chart right here. I'm trying to make sense of what's going on because I mean, if this potentially this could just run all the way back up, and that would be a 60 pip move all the way back up. It's not very likely that it would do that, but it could. If it did create a pivot here on the 15-minute chart, we could be looking at kind of like a head and shoulders on this chart with a head, shoulder over here, a head here, and a shoulder over here. But I'm not quite sure. I'm in a waiting game right now to see where this goes, but I'm just not too sure. We'll see if that pivot comes in. and we can make that turn, I'll feel kind of better about the whole situation. But at the moment, I feel like I just don't have a good read. If we get this reversal on the hour, then it starts to make a little bit more sense. So let's see what happens over the next few minutes. Okay, it is trying to make the reversal. We might be seeing a little double top coming in here on the 1 minute chart. Just going to put a trend line in here. Let's see. Something like that. If it's going to keep holding and keep running up, it might follow that trend, or if it can start breaking this recent low, then we can maybe break that trend line. Still a bit of an iffy spot. So I'm not going to add anything now. If it runs back up, I'll add a little bit more back into it, but I'm just going to wait for the moment. Okay, just slowly add back in. Thing is, it just might, if it runs up again, I don't want to carry too much size. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cat is snoring so loud right now. All right. So now we had this price cycle up. That was almost 10 pips again on that leg. And then we had about a 7 pip pullback down. Okay, I'm just gonna add more into the shorts up here. And then if it can pull back down, I gotta take more of the losses off the downside. I'll be right back with you guys in just a sec. Hey guys, I apologize. I've had to take a couple quick emergency calls. Vin is out of here, so thanks for coming, Vin. Yeah, sorry for the disturbance this morning. Just have a bunch of calls that have had to take some priority. So I'm gonna just I will continue trading this out so I can at least have the finish of it online. But thanks so much for coming. Um, yeah, I'm gonna finish this out. I just have to also take some calls. So I appreciate you guys showing up. And if you hang around to watch, I'll probably say something to finish up this trading session. But thanks so much for coming in, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, just coming back in here to finish this up. I'm gonna just close this last trade out here for a little small profit, and then we'll call that done. I'm gonna let that one trade just keep running, but I'm just gonna finish up the session with the 829 number. So 9,829 minus 9,008, no, 786 equals 40, oh no, 62. 4362. 4362. Then divide that by the 9,786.62 times 100 equals 0.45% on the account today. So let's get back into the habit of getting these 0.45%. That's a good day. And so that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, 8 a.m. And hopefully we'll do that again. All right. Have a good day, everybody, and catch you tomorrow.